This is what I know. If she not pleasant or rude at work, when I go to approach her, she gonna be rude too.
Yeah.
When I
Yeah.
get in a relationship with her, she gonna be rude also.
Yep.
When we on some huggy bitch shit and we kissing on the lips, when she get mad at work, she gonna be mad at home.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to ask her every time I get home, what's wrong? Because she got that RBF face.
Yeah.
They trying to act like you could just turn this stuff off. That's not how it works. I try to
Yeah.
edify them. They want atypical men, right? You know, the alpha male and all that stuff,
Right.
right?
Right.
But you know what else they better want? Lonely nights, being
Mm.
ignored, being told, hey, all right now. People think that they're not gonna be. You ever heard women say, I want him to be mean to everybody else and not me? That's unrealistic.
It is.
You're gonna get a part of that meanness. That's how this works.
Yeah.
Am I bugging?
No, no, no. And that's why, like, I was trying to give, because I like the girl, so I try to give credence to you just have to adjust. But that's who you are. That's who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
What I always say, Lex.
How you do anything is how you do everything.
Yeah, Callie Hills.
Attitudes.
Mm-hmm.
They say black women got the worst attitudes in the goddamn world. They say, yeah, we understand white women, da da da, but particularly black women have the worst attitudes to deal with out of all women. Is there any truth to that statement? It's a broadcast. Y'all can talk if y'all want. What you think, Becca? Is there any truth to this? Is it all a lie? What do you think?
There is truth to it. How we present ourselves, not only to ourselves like as women and talking to each other, we can be very petty. I see it, often with men. If we take a certain tone or we feel like something is needed to be defended, we take offense to certain things and we're just like, we kind of get loose with our lips. But yeah, I don't think it's just, I don't think it's just something that people say. I think it's something that's seen and that we need to get under control if we want the respect or we want to gain, the trust of our black men. It's just my opinion.
Anybody else?
I don't agree. I feel like if a white woman or an Asian were to react to something the same way we do, I don't feel like it would be labeled as attitude. I think when black women do anything, if they show confidence or set boundaries, it's always identified as attitude. I don't necessarily agree with what she
Okay.
said.
So
Yeah.
you say necessarily. So you do acknowledge that there's a plight there? Or did you mean to say necessarily, or should we eliminate you saying that word?
Yeah, eliminate that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you're saying you can say the same thing I mean the Asian woman says, right? But when you say it, it'll be taken as more harsh, more abrasive, et cetera, et cetera.
Absolutely.
So you agree with what I said?
No, what I'm saying is I can give you an example. Me personally at work, I have a white girl that's a coworker. Me and her are like the same person, just in different bodies. And I can say something and she can say it in the same tone and it's taken totally different than when I say it. When I say it, I'm an angry black woman. When she says it, there's nothing wrong or she just standing her ground. It's a difference. We said the same thing. We said it in the same tone. It's just taken different coming from her than it is from me. So I feel like we are labeled to have attitudes, but it's not necessarily an attitude all the time. Like you got times where we all have attitude towards anybody when it could be justified. But just because I say something or because I say it a certain way or I'm setting a boundary or I'm confident in what I'm saying or who I am doesn't mean I have an attitude. Because if a white woman or Asian did it, it wouldn't be taken that way. Or if a Hispanic did it, or she's spicy. It's a difference.
Go ahead, Rebecca.
Okay. So Jasmine, I agree with the fact that we all have our moments where we get angry or we get loose, with our lips and stuff like that. But the reality is it's not coming from nowhere. Like they're not saying it because they look at us and they just are now just saying these things because they never existed. Look what's being put out about us, and it's put out in the worst way. You see it at the extreme, but that's what's being looked at. That's what's being the face of Black women. Now that's where that truth is that comes to it. That's all I'm saying is there's truth to it, because look at the behavior that goes out. Yeah, we could talk about other women, we could talk about other races, but the reality is we're always the face of that. And is it right? No, but that's the truth. We see it, we experience it, even if it's not in our face, we see it all the time, all over social media and all over the internet.
Go ahead, Saul. Go ahead.
Oh
Talk
yeah,
your shit.
so
Yeah.
yeah, so I get what you're saying, Rebecca, but I disagree as well.
Mhm.
I just feel like we tired. Like Black females, we fucking tired. And
Mhm.
yeah, maybe we don't mean to come off like that, but it's just like we take from so many angles. We
Mhm.
take from our men, we take from these fucking crackers, we take from everybody, and then at the end of the day, it's like we're just left with what? So yeah, you make it a one off. But
Mhm.
that doesn't characterize us as a whole as just being these angry, bitter women that they paint us out to be.
Yeah, but that also doesn't say that it's not some truth to it. That's the only thing I'm putting to it. The fact that
Oh
I
no,
think the
and that's why I
majority,
said I
the
agree with the truth.
yeah,
But you also said it's a reason. You said something like it's a reason, or look at the bigger
yeah,
picture or
as
something.
far as
So that's what I'm saying. So if
the
we want to
internet.
get to the nuance of it, why are
Mhm.
we acting like this? Is because we fucking tired.
And
Okay.
that's
So you saying
You're a victim.
is that what you saying? Let me know.
I didn't hear the clip. It was on. It didn't play. What did it say?
You're a victim.
He says,
Yeah, I'm
I
not
forgot
saying
what
we're
it
a
was.
victim.
it's
What
the
I'm saying
replay.
is we're tired of being the fucking victim, and this is the aftermath of it.
Didn't that angry Black women thing start back in slavery though, when a Black woman showed emotion?
Or stood the fuck up.
Mhm.
Right. So, like Rebecca, I like to an extent, like I get what you're saying, but at the
Mhm.
same time, it's like if we do it, if we were another race, it would not be characterized as that, as angry.
So I missed Becca. I missed your whole point when you started talking. It just went off. Can you?
Yeah. So I agree that there is truth to it. Now, the reason I say that is because of what's put out about us. Yes, we have our times, and I agree with Jasmine, as far as we have our times where we're upset, and it looks different or people portray it different than they would a different race. But how I see it is just what's put out about us is what makes people go to the defense about us. Now, obviously, I can talk to Saad, I can talk to whoever, and I don't get that. I don't look at Saad and be like, oh, she's an angry da 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 da, or look at anybody else because they're upset and think that they're just angry. I think that they're venting. They feel some type of way, they whatever. Now, that's why I said majority. I don't think that's who we are as Black women, but there is truth to the whole Black women, angry Black woman thing. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
And the they that said Black women had the worst attitude, were they men, Black men?
Yes.
Yeah. And they said
Yes.
we had the worst attitude in the world. And have they been outside of the US or?
Some
Yeah.
of them have. I know we don't use the word some, but I think that
Oh, we don't,
works.
because I don't like to categorize, because I don't like to
They,
categorize. I feel like it's real ignorant. But I mean, if we're talking about like the majority, I really don't know if I can speak on that either, because I really stay in a small space in my business. But social media definitely does portray Black women to be angry and ratchet and promiscuous and all of the bad stuff. But who's going to portray it? Who's going to show the good stuff?
so what we heard was this is the sentiments of the men that are courting and dating the Black
Oh my
woman.
gosh.
There's all I'm hearing disqualifiers to justify. That's what I'm continuing to hear. Has he been here? Has he been there? It's not all of them, right? But this is a sentiment that has been shared overwhelmingly. We actually just also acknowledge the fact that there's a trope, right? Even in the workplace where they see or treat or view the responses of Black women in a negative way. Saud said, we do it because we're tired. But you know what that actually still means? The fact that it's done but it's justified because of how I've been treated. And I asked, tired of what exactly? Tired of what? What's happening that makes you so exhausted? What's this tired? Like when you're saying black, you're tired of black men. What do you mean? We're not married. Who are you tired of? Don't have our priorities in order. So what are you tired about? Who else are you tired of? What's happening? Kiera, what are you guys tired of? What's happening? Saul was saying that black women are tired, therefore the behavior was acknowledged but then justified
Right.
because it's a
Mhm.
response to how you're being treated, right? And so I'm asking, what are you tired of? When it comes to the men, what are you tired about? That's the question. It's a broadcast.
But
No, talk your shit, Key.
I'm I'm really not sure. I would say maybe like I hate to like switch the subject and blame the men for why we have these attitudes, but if they're the ones that if they're receiving these attitudes, we have to talk. If they're getting this bad reaction, what's the action that is being given to? Like what's going on in the midst that this woman is having this terrible attitude with you?
Okay. Except for, and I'm saying except on purpose, they also said it's happening to you guys in the workplace. Jazz mentioned that you guys are allegedly mischaracterized
Mm,
at work as well. Mischaracterized when people go through the Walmart line and there's a black lady cashier. Mischaracterized when the server's a black woman. People are having these sentiments that are being shared. Now, to your earlier point, it may be propaganda. So people will see you and assume something about you. And then all they need is one interaction to prove what on Instagram was accurate. So it's not just the men that they're dealing with that they have relationships with. It's seemingly a lot of different places in the earth where they're saying there was a unbecoming attitude coming from black women. So are we just dismissing it? And then when I ask the tired question, if it's everywhere, I mean, what do we say about it? Is it the client? Is it the customer? Is it the customer sitting at the roof, Chris, at the table? Like what is it everybody else? Is it everybody else? Hey, Key, and this is where I'm coming from, right? Every time I've been in trouble, there's something to it. I'll share this with y'all. I had to enter a plea, right? And I had to enter this plea called an Alfred plea because I didn't agree with all the facts in the case, but I couldn't
you
disagree
can
with
prove
all
it
of them.
wrong.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, that's shaky, but this part is substantive enough. You
Yeah,
see?
that's gonna get you right.
Yeah, so I did an Alfred plea, so it has a little bit of like they understand that all the facts don't actually line up, but there's a portion of facts that
I ain't gonna argue with you. Yeah.
uh-huh. So how do we chop this up?
Well, I can't speak too much on the tired part, but I really feel well. Let me see. So with the propaganda, is that like a stereotype, right?
Yeah, I would say so. That's fair.
So just like Becca said, like what's displayed on social media and like what's just put out there, like it's already assumed. And like you said, you only have to give them one instance where they're going to make it into a fact, and they're already biased. So like I don't have too many like situations at work myself, but before I did, and I felt like it was just because I was just chilling and minding my business. Like they said, it looked like I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to work. I was unhappy. I'm chilling. I'm here to work. I'm here to listen. I'm here to learn. I'm here to go handle my business. I'm pretty sure somebody else can have the same stale face or just resting face on, and they're just like, oh, okay, you all right? But if
Okay.
for me, it's like, oh, you must have, you don't. What's wrong? Like I'm chilling. It's not the wrong,
Yeah.
and that might just already just be a biased perspective that they have. So.
Okay. Yeah, and
Uh,
I'm taking in consideration what you guys are saying, right? Like let's say we focus on the workplace for just an instant, right? I've had that experience too. With middle-aged white women, they seem to think I'm something, you know? They think I'm mean, they think I'm short, right? They think I'm direct, too direct. That's what they say. You know what's true? I'm not nice. I used to give all my emails, key in the subject line. Make sure y'all be there at this time. I ain't even write in the body because I ain't got time for it.
okay.
Right?
So the whole message just in bold.
In
Gotcha.
bold. And
Mhm.
I'm very direct. No, that's not right. Right? Like, they'll be like, oh, we need to quote this. And I said, no, that's wrong. So if you don't have two trucks on it, then we won't dispatch at this time. So make sure you put the two trucks on it because you need it for that volume based on that house. They're like, well, I'm not, trust me, the guys won't leave. So there was truth to it, but I was right in what I was saying, right? So I was justified in my mind because I'm right. I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feeling, but there's no fluff around it. However, it's not inviting. Now, the demographic that I was in charge of, the 300 people I was in charge of, right? They work their operations. So they just thinking, how do we get a task done? So we have to be efficient, you know? But the salespeople, they deal in fluff and all that other nuanced shit, you know? So they saw me as abrasive. Were they wrong?
Abrasive. See, I would have to look up the real definition of that
Like
because
short,
does that
short.
mean rude?
It means like short, direct, not a lot of like sugar, not a lot of fluff, you know?
Right, but is that bad or is that just their
That's
perception of it?
yeah. So the perception though, and was I abrasive, operating like my whole email in the subject line?
Yeah.
No,
Email and the subject line is crazy.
Because think
You
about
were,
no.
it.
you were
It's
the boss. You were
yes,
the boss.
yes.
Oh,
Were
well.
you abrasive by just having it just in the subject line?
Yeah, because
I,
what?
I guess you could say yeah, but like, what else are you expecting from that? Like, how could you not be abrasive? Hey guys, hope everybody's doing well.
Yeah.
Do this.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, I
It
don't
wasn't
know
So
none of that.
what pace your business is, but
yeah. So I was in the moving industry. I work for myself now. This is years back. I was a regional director for the Northeast now, mind you, right? So this is Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, all the way down to Maryland and Northern Virginia, you know? So I was effective, top earners. We had a good report, you know, the whole nine. But people, I wasn't that approachable to people, and I understood it, but I was effective in what I was doing, you see? But does that make me not abrasive, right? If I'm unapproachable, are those things still accurate even though I was effective?
yeah, you can consider it being abrasive. Like, are people too sensitive? Like, or are they expecting more from you because you're a black man? If a white man would have done it, would have been fine. Or like, I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to relate that back to the black women. Like they're
Mhm.
wanting more fluff from us, I guess. And I guess that ties into Sadia saying like we might be tired of that. But you gonna have to speak on your own definition of what we're tired
You
of.
know, I catch the play. So basically, even though we tired, it still doesn't excuse the behavior.
But what
And I
behavior?
understand that.
What behavior? Because
But it's just like I don't know.
Like Kiara said, like my face, people always
I
tell
don't
me, like,
know.
Jazz, your face tore up, Jazz, your face tore up. And it's like, this is my face. Like, what do you want me to do? Like,
Yeah, I don't excuse. Well, I know when I'm tired, I need a break. So I'm not gonna say like I was being rude or direct because I'm tired of y'all shit. But I'm gonna say what needs to be said. Well, I guess we talking about work still.
We talking about work, but we talking about what we talking about. Like
But do
Jazz
we
said.
get a break?
So here's the thing, Jazz. We understand your face is your face, but if people don't like your face, you can change the face.
can
Not like you're
change the
not
face.
pretty. I'm saying
No,
like
but
just
I'm saying like
like
I walk into work, right? And how I'm looking at
We can
y'all
be
is
more
how
welcoming,
I'm
yeah.
looking. Nobody
But you really can't
appears
change
to.
somebody's.
it's like so countenance, right? It's just like a man is known by his look, by his countenance. And we seem to think it's okay with having these resting faces, right? That are unapproachable. So that
Just to the
has to
phone.
matter. Like we have all these justifications for things that we have the ability to change. This adds into how people see us.
Right.
Why are we justifying this stuff? Go ahead, I'm listening.
We need to
Well,
do
Justifying
better.
my face, how I look, like
I'm about to say
how
is a
how I walk into a room. Like, no, don't get me wrong, my personality and my face, I guess, don't necessarily match, but I just look like I guess I look like I don't want to be bothered, but in my mind, that's not what I'm thinking. That's just what's showing on my face. Like, what
Hey,
I'm supposed to
how much does it cost you?
A
what?
lot.
it don't cost a lot. You just got to be conscious of it. But is a resting face synonymous to an attitude?
Right.
But it
It's
is a
not.
lot because if you gotta keep on
Hmm.
pretending, like you have to pretend to like smile, like, okay, yeah, I'm happy, but I'm just not going around just cheesing. So it's just
Yeah.
That's true
like
too.
I just always have to be like so smiling and I just have to be so hi, thank you. Yes. It's
No,
like I
that's
have to be a robot to the point where it's just like, what? I'm
no, that's a little
chilling.
dramatic. I just
No,
try to keep in mind to like smile
It's
when I'm
not
talking to
dramatic.
people.
When you're in corporate America, I used to work in corporate America. I
Oh,
always
okay.
had to
Yeah.
cater to people. It was always like I had to be so pleasant. because the moment that I'm just chilling, like they say, it's like, what's wrong? You don't
Right.
want to be here? Like, girl, I'm chilling. I'm
Right.
fine.
Yeah, you had to get up out of there, didn't you?
And girl, ain't been back still faking it.
I was gonna say, like, you just walking around in your day to day or whatever like that. I don't think if correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think anybody is saying you got to have a smile plastered on your face, right? But if you make eye contact with someone, then your face should kind of
Look, one
brighten
of
up a
these.
little bit. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Just or like just hey, you know what I'm saying? Just if not just hey with your eyes, your face will automatically brighten up if you're just saying hey without physically saying hey. You know what I mean? You met eyes
But
with somebody.
I mean, yeah, I look,
yeah,
I'm from
I
the
agree.
South. I raised the people right down the road. So I'm okay with that. But
Why
it's
you
just like,
stop? Why
I'm
you
sorry.
cut? Why you cut Kier off?
Oh, Jasmine, my bad.
No, Kier.
I won't say
It was
nothing.
It
Jasmine.
was
This
me.
was this was 2 minutes ago before Callie talked. Kiera said it's not that deep, or it should
I'll say
be
it don't have to be that dramatic, to walk
that
around with a smile on
dramatic.
your face. Yeah.
But you said yes, it did. I hated being pleasant. God,
I didn't
What you
say
were
I
saying,
hated
like faking being pleasant, is what
what
you
does that
what?
meant.
mean?
Like
What?
That
that's what you meant.
means that means I hated going above. I hated going. So I don't know him. You worked. First of all, you worked at corporate America, so you know exactly what I meant because you just said that
What
you
are you
wrote an
talking about?
email and you wrote the subject and the whole fucking like. No, you know what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about
No,
is
no, no, no. I acknowledge it. That's what I was admitting to. You're saying that you had to get out of it and you think somebody was doing something to you.
no, I did not. I said that I was tired of it. I want to just be chilling, and I can't do that in corporate America. You have to be overly pleasant, and I just be chilling. So yeah, that's what I said. I don't mind being pleasant. Don't chop and screw what I said.
Side, I work in corporate America. Guess what? I'm not.
She's not pleasant.
I'm not overly pleasant, and I'm the only
Overly pleasant.
black person in my department. And guess what? People come up to me, and they might say, "Oh, what's wrong?" And I'm like, "All right, let me change my face a little bit so I know that I'm not looking mean." And guess what? They don't do bother me, and it don't take much. It don't. It really don't.
Okay, so when someone comes up to you and want to have a conversation, and
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to talk, what do you
Mm-hmm.
do?
I'll be like, "Okay, that's crazy." Uh-huh. They get it. They leave.
Yeah, but
Like,
after a while, you just can't do that. And then, like, from where I was at, I was like a trainer. So it's like, no, I have to be presentable. And it was to a point where I was literally brought into the office from my black supervisor, where she was like, look, this ain't Philly. Look, this is what it is. So, and where I was at, I had to be overly pleasant. And I ain't fuck with it. I
you was
just,
just you was that job was just not for you. We just gotta say that. Because
no,
I'll
if
I
say,
love
you
that
then
job.
you're
were you
talking about being a
pleasant?
trainer, you had to be a people person.
Yeah.
Yeah, you that it just wasn't a job for you.
Are
That's
you
I
all.
saying
love
yeah?
that
You were
job.
you?
I love
Are
that
you
job.
saying yeah? You were
Man, that's
pleasant.
terrible
I
advice.
was very pleasant.
Okay, but you wasn't cool with being overly pleasant.
Yeah. Because I sometimes I didn't want to talk. I didn't care what
I
they
don't
had to
know. I
say.
don't know.
I just wanted to be like, shut the fuck up. But I couldn't do that because, you
Yo, you
know,
Out of there, out of there,
Yo,
and that's
Kiera,
fine.
Kiera, you actually do know. Like your question is the answer. Yo, because you don't say shut the fuck up, but everything on your face says it. Yo, no, no, no. No,
Oh,
I'm saying your question, like when you asked it, even though you didn't respond, because the reason why you got pulled in the office, they told you this wasn't Philly. Why? It wasn't because you was overly pleasant. You wasn't pleasant. That's the key.
no, I wasn't pleasant enough.
I was gonna ask what's the definition of pleasant, because like, are
My
we just talking
God.
about like how you structure your face like on a casual basis? Like, I don't think
No,
that I don't.
West Coast corporate and East Coast corporate, two different things. I wasn't, I wasn't corporate enough.
This
But
is funny.
anyway,
Somebody
I
gonna
think
say something. This carries over. I want you to know that. People try to keep acting like they switch these switches on and off. It's untrue.
You do though.
It's a little true.
You don't. It just,
Yeah, yeah. Just
yo,
a little
you
true.
really don't. And I really need y'all to be more
Are
honest,
you talking
right?
about switching from like who you are to like who you be at work or something? Or what are you
Yeah,
saying?
like
Switching
people are pretty consistent.
with who they are? And
Yeah,
that's probably the problem with being overly pleasant. If it's like that much of an effort to be, I guess, I don't know, smiling and stuff, walking around.
yeah, because overly pleasant is a way to skirt being saying that she wasn't pleasant.
And no, it's not. It's a way to be saying I be chilling. So it's like, for the most part, if I ain't have
See,
to talk to nobody, I wouldn't. But
that's not the
because it's
job.
my job, exactly.
That is
I have.
Yeah, that's not really. We gonna get over that because that ain't really pleasant. If you don't want to talk while you're at work,
Why do I?
but
I
But why do
mean,
I? But why do I have to talk? I came here to
bitch,
do
you
my
were a
You
job.
a
trainer.
because
trainer.
you were a
That's
trainer.
all I'm thinking is you a trainer.
You was working with
You
people. It sounded
literally
like you
around
was in a
people all
building with a
day.
whole bunch of people.
Yeah, I think you got to talk to people. I'm a trainer at work, and people introduce, like the lady who introduced the people, the trainees to me. She always be like, "This is Jasmine. She's really pleasant. She just don't look like it." That's all they introduce me, and it's
Damn.
like I be wanting to cuss her out, but I don't because why HAMP? Like, why are you doing that? Like, I'm nice. I just don't look like it.
I guess
Like,
she's giving a
wow.
fair warning, which I
no,
ain't mad
but
at.
see, you don't gotta warn the people. This just my face. You ain't gotta warn the people about how I was born.
Well,
But
no,
that's
I
what I'm
mean, she's
saying.
warning them so they won't have a preconceived notion. Because if they
Right,
don't
Preconceived all
know,
they want
right.
when they
Because
interact,
that's the
they're gonna.
problem. The preconceived notion is the problem. If people were to see us from afar and we're just looking how we look, which is, I'm not gonna say anything is wrong with it per se, but if we're just, not around anybody, somebody see us from afar, they're like, oh, that bitch must have an attitude. Like, look at that angry black bitch over there.
No, but I'm
And
right?
like,
just sitting
People
here
people live
breathing.
people. Well, no, people run around in the world with their biases, right?
all
So
the
if
time.
she already has that, if people already have that bias and that stereotype is out there and everything like that, and then you know what I'm saying, they get some kind of confirmation from whatever they see out wherever, you know what I mean? If they come across you and they're going to go ahead and they're going to just go ahead and attach that to you without even speaking to you. So I think your boss was actually doing you a favor
But
by
see,
saying,
I
"Hey,
think I
you know
look
what I'm
nice.
saying? This is that she might not look like it, but she really is pleasant. So
But
don't
but
have
see,
don't come in with your outside bias and put it on her just because she has,
Right, because
you
you
know,
don't know her and her
the
real attitude
RBF."
to
but see,
perceive that
this
she
is
have an
coming from a
attitude.
frosty shaped white woman. I think
Yep.
I look
A
pleasant.
who what?
Frosty, the
Did
snowman
you say
shaped white
frosty
woman.
But
I
that's
shape?
think
the
Frosty
I
shade.
thing.
look
Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I
pleasant.
heard.
But that's the thing, Jazz. Like, you may not look pleasant, but you pleasant. I may
I
not.
think I look nice. I think I
You do
look
look pleasant,
like
but
I
it's just
feel like I look
like,
approachable. You know.
even Kiara could come off looking like she don't give a fuck, but she give a fuck.
All the time. No, I wouldn't say that
And
either
that's what.
now. Slow down.
But okay,
I'm not
but when
always
I
giving a
said what
fuck.
I said, y'all didn't understand what I was
No,
saying.
I got you.
All I'm saying is I can do my job and still be pleasant, but not be overly pleasant. Like
You just don't
what?
Well,
want to talk to people.
Not all the time.
So everything you said made me be like, I'm so happy she wasn't my trainer because I already thought my trainer was
But
evil and
they
she was a white
like when I
lady.
tell
And
you they
that's
love
terrible.
me, they love me down. It's just like I just don't come off overly pleasant. Like,
This conversation reminds me of a Facebook post I saw probably like last month. It was basically like a picture of this black worker in the middle of being at work, and it looked like she was in the middle of like something. I think she was like behind a desk, and I don't know what gave me like the assumption that it was like something with being a dispatcher, like for a trucking business or something. But it was a guy on the other side of the glass, and like she had a stale face on her face. They was like, oh, she looked mean, like black women are the worst, and blah blah. blah. And I was like, she look like she in the middle of handling business. Like you can't just take a picture in the middle of something going on and not give us the context and just say, oh, we can't work with black bitches all the time because they always this, they always that. Like I don't like that. Like that's crazy.
Yo, I want this statement to be true, right, Lex? Black women are worth it. And we fighting tooth and nail get some acknowledgement of this stereotype. Stereotypes don't come out of thin air. Jazz just told us the person who introduces her, yo, listen, she ain't really mean for real. You'll see. Imagine that.
But she is mad at how
Oh,
she
whoa, whoa, whoa,
shaped. I
whoa.
don't got nothing for that.
I'm talking about you, not to you. Lex
Mhm.
saw the black lady brought her in the room. Yo, listen, my nigga.
This ain't Philly.
This ain't South Philly. They don't fuck with you. They don't like how you acting. She say, "Oh, I was pleasant. I wasn't pleasant enough." Huh? Becca said, "That job just wasn't for you. Don't worry about it." What the fuck? Allie said you could turn it on and off. Says who? I want this statement to be true. You see, I keep pointing up at the top. Black women are worth it. We can't even get through the attitude conversation, Lex. What you
Do
think, man?
black women have attitudes? Yes.
I don't care. It's too late for that. Go ahead,
I
Lex.
mean, but I thought we said that 50 minutes
Go
ago.
ahead,
I
Lex.
forget what I
Go
said.
ahead, Lex. Go ahead.
Hey, but so
Jesus
first,
Christ. Can Lex go or no?
howdy,
Go ahead,
howdy,
sister.
everybody.
Go ahead, sister Lex.
Go ahead,
I
Lex.
think I don't I don't believe in certain jobs of turning on and off. I think you should placate to your strength. If you're not that pleasant of a person, which I think you would know, that if you're not a pleasant of a person, or if you have the what is it? What's the acronym? RBF.
Yeah.
You should know. And you knew way before you got that job because it wasn't the first time somebody said something to you about it. But you have to. I don't think it's a thing of. I not even think. I know it's not a thing of. Oh, this is how I am. You have to adjust. Uh, I'm a smiling, pleasant person naturally. That's who I am. I smile and I have an upbeat. When I did dispatch for an electric company overnight, and I would answer and I'd be like kind of high pitched, and they were like they said, "Hey, because they're calling in emergencies and fires and lying down, we need you just to." And I was like, "Oh, my bad." Because me coming on the thing like, "Hi, this is," you know, that was just how I was. But because of the situation, because they're calling in emergency, don't nobody want to hear your answer about, "Hi, how you doing?" And like, and I was like, "Oh damn!" Like I didn't even think of it like that. But just having to adjust. But that's my personality. I'm not taking nothing from it. I just have to adjust to the situation. And I
Lex, let
think
me ask you this question.
what's up?
This is what I know. If she not pleasant or rude at work, when I go to approach her, she gonna be rude too.
Yeah,
When I get in
definitely.
a relationship with her, she gonna be rude also.
Yep.
When we on some huggy bitch shit and we kissing on the lips, when she get mad at work, she gonna be mad at home.
Mm,
I'm gonna have to ask her every time I get home, what's wrong? Because she got that RBF face.
yeah.
They trying to act like you could just turn this stuff off. That's not how it works. I try
Yeah.
to edify them. They want atypical men, right? You know, the alpha male and all that stuff,
Right.
right?
Right.
But you know what else they better want? Lonely nights,
Mm,
being ignored, being told, hey, all right now. People think that they're not gonna be. You ever heard women say, I want him to be mean to everybody else and not me? That's unrealistic.
it is.
You're gonna get a part of that meanness. That's how this works.
Yeah.
Am I bugging?
No, no, no. And that's why, like, I was trying to give, because I like the girl, so I try to give credence to you just have to adjust. But that's who you are. That's who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
What I always say, Lex.
Uh,
How you do anything is how you do everything.
yeah, Callie.
But not like to the turn off thing, right? I could be sitting here at work, like when I used to work the phones, right? I can sit here at work, whatever, like that, fussing about what somebody else did. I don't know why this motherfucker did so and so and so and so so and so. Somebody called my in. Hi, this is Beverly. How can I help you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because it is the
and be
turn
just,
on and
and
turn
be just
off thing.
No.
Like, it's just like when people are in positions of being police officers, CEOs, it's like the way that you conduct yourself in that prison, you ain't gonna go home and conduct yourself with that man. And to go back to the workplace stuff, I think y'all get the terms of not being pleasant and then just not being like a extrovert or whatever. Like everybody doesn't like being around people. Everybody, like some people just, are awkward around other people. So it doesn't mean that they're not pleasant. It just means that it just doesn't, like, they're just not like overly pleasant. Like
Do
everyone,
y'all hear
like
that?
normal
But
people.
but
Yes.
hey,
Is it a
but
dog?
Do
hold
y'all
on
hear
real quick.
that?
You want
The
that
mic is
paycheck, right?
burping.
That's
You want that
salty.
paycheck, right? You want that paycheck, right?
But
Then
that's
you
the
have
thing. It doesn't matter because I'm still doing it. So even in a relationship, like I'm still gonna do it. Like I just don't. I think I don't know. I don't think that African American women in a whole are just not pleasant. I just don't think so. I think they may have a guard up or they may have like something that's like hesitant, but no,